Welcome to Post Game Podcast. I'm your host, June. I got my boy B Foster with me. We're going to continue with these off-season vibes, talking about a featured player of the week, NBA prospect. Before you listen to Foster, subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. My fault. Foster, very intriguing prospect. This is a dope picture. If you're listening, this is why you got to subscribe. You can see the stuff I get. But Foster, who we talking about on this segment?
All right, definitely an interesting prospect. His name is Ryan Dunn, and he went to Virginia. He has comps to Herb Jones, who was a defensive specialist, but he's actually projected to go in the second round. He is 6'6" and a half, 213 pounds. He projects to be a wing, but he has a 7'1" wingspan. He was all ACC defensive. He averaged 8 points per game, 7 rebounds. He averaged 1 steal, 2.3 blocks. He shot 58% from the field with a woeful 20% three-point percentage and 53% free. Yes. And 53% from the free throw line. So that is, we'll get to it though. He has speed to close out and rotate on defense. He is an elite rim protector due to his timing and instincts. But he plays within his offensive role, which is why he still has averages 58% from the field. He's obviously limited in that regard, but he does a good job of limiting his mistakes and turnovers, which makes him being on the floor, not a complete liability on one end. He uses his athleticism well. He attacks closeouts. I don't know who would be closing out too hard on him, but he attacks closeout and he finishes with both hands at the rim. And as far as his weaknesses, we've kind of talked about it a little bit, but he is a limited shooter from beyond the arc, shooting 20% from three. He has no mid-range game, and he can't create his own shot outside of transition baskets and straight line drives. At the next level, unless he, is able to develop a respectable jump shot, he's pretty much going to be limited to being a screener near the basket. As far as his fit with Detroit, definitely a second round prospect for us. I love his ability to protect the rim, even though he's only 6'6". But of course, that 7'1" wingspan certainly helps him out. He can defend he can defend all over the floor from the perimeter down to down low. Offensively, he's obviously limited. He's not going to be able to do much outside of screen and roll, scoring in transition, and the occasional attempt at attacking the rim. So the offensive bag is what's going to determine what his ceiling is, but the measurables are definitely there. He's 6'6" and a half and got a 7'1" wingspan, and that's the NBA prospects are all about the measurables. So somebody's going to take a chance and hope that he can develop into something crazy.
Boss, I just got it. You know who ruined this stuff for me? Killian Hayes. I always said a person can get into the NBA and work and become a better shooter. And I feel like if they work at it, you know what I'm saying? But then along came Killian, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a woeful shooter. He's going to get better, and just never, ever, got to the point to where he was a person you want to keep around. So I'm very skeptical of a person that can't. This is a shooter's league. Everybody at every position, you have to be able to shoot it from 3-point land, and 53% from the free throw line is just that's.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you can't shoot from the outside and you can't convert on free throws, that means you. I mean, what's the use of driving to the rack? They're just going to foul you. And
Hello.
one thing the Pistons don't need is an offensive liability. But uh, I like the fact that he plays above the rim.
Clearly.
Clearly, uh, defense. We need a defensive presence. So, there's a place for him here. Coming off the bench or something like that. I mean, but I think we have that in our Sar Thompson.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that Asar Thompson scared you away, but I guess he hasn't had an opportunity to develop himself.
He's only had 1 year. Had 1 year. So, but I'm just talking about as far as drafting someone with a low shooting percentage from deep. It makes me kind of think that that's what it's going to be. Like, period. There's not going to be much more to that. Or outside jumper, period. If you can't hit the outside jumper, I don't think my confidence is very low in developing one at this stage, because it's just like, I don't know. I mean, Killian Hayes ruined it. Blame him. So anyway, subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers. You'll catch more player profiles like this. You'll also be able to catch our Pistons show. You'll be able to catch our Lions show. You'll be able to catch the Tigers show. Foster does a Tigers show as well. Pretty dope. I actually got a chance to listen and sit down and watch the other day. It's a pretty dope show. They know their stuff. I'm so behind on baseball. It made me feel bad because I didn't know. I just so far behind on Tigers baseball. It's crazy, and I shouldn't be. But I'm getting better because I'm watching the show. Foster and Coach does a great job, and I'm getting more familiar just by watching the show. So if you're behind in baseball, you can check out that show. Foster, I didn't mean to put you on blast like that, but you do a lot of good things, man. You do more than these feature profiles. You're my co-host, and you do a great job with the baseball as well and the football. So subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers.